Heidi ho, good neighbors. I don't know what happened. Says I was in the room, but I wasn't in the room. Happy Saturday. Happy pre-Easter. For those who celebrate, hope you're all having a great day. Hope you're having a great weekend. As you know, Philbo Publishing is had a contest for a couple of months for a cover artist as well as writers. Just to give you a little explanation and give people time to get in the room. Um, Tragedy is my flagship title, and she is monthly in stores across the world through my own distribution, Philbo Distribution, that we started when Diamond went down. We are small but mighty. We are David versus Goliath, but we have one hell of a slingshot. And we work with a lot of great publishers. And in that, of course, is my own publishing company. So the winner of this contest is going to get a cover for an upcoming issue of Tragedy that will be in on store shelves in our monthly solicits with full credit. That artist will get paid. But we also have a second and third runner up, which are going to get paid less, but they're going to get paid and they're still going to get their published covers. I have to be honest with you, it was hard. There were a lot of great covers, a lot of great covers, but we're going to get to that in a minute. We also have the writers contest. I have Diary of Dread, which is my horror anthology. We launched the first 5 stories that I wrote and created in my magazine about 2 years ago now. It's been delayed because I've been busy with the distribution and everything. But I do plan on releasing it as a monthly title, horror anthology title. And I had a writer contest. I gave 3 prompts. For those who don't know what a prompt is, it's basically just a short synopsis of what I want you to write about, what the plot is. They create the characters, they create the pacing, they create the world in a 24-page issue. So it's not easy. But again, the writers, every script was professional, every script was entertaining, every story was great. They varied from suspense to horror to kind of more sci-fi horror to mystery, and everybody, it was really great. Um, it was a pleasure to read all the scripts. It wasn't arduous on any level for any one of them, and I just want to say to everybody who participated, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and it just shows how much talent is in the indie community that maybe doesn't get the recognition it deserves yet. But there are a lot of writers and artists that I had the privilege of dealing with in this contest that if they haven't made it yet, they will. It's just a matter of time. So keep plugging away, please. Keep plugging away. Hey, everybody. Hey, Myron. Hey, Sean. Hey, Lee. Hey, Neil. Hey, Mike. Appreciate all of you for being a part of this. For those of you who don't know, I want to give a few shout outs. Myron is an artist, and he is one of those guys that truly just loves and enjoys art, and he's professional, and he does the job, and he does what you ask, and he does it on time, and he's talented, and I highly recommend you hire and work with him. Sean Shanito Kelly, uh, excellent writer, very talented, and you should really talk to him and work with him. Very easy to work with and very talented, well-written script. Neil George, or is it Neil Jorge? I don't know. I apologize. Very talented artist, very affordable, and really deserves your attention. Mike Mez Phillips, what can I say? He's done stuff for Tragedy before. The guy's a beast. He's a powerhouse. Love his work. Kevin Stewart, another man who's worked with Tragedy quite a few times. He's had his covers on newsstands, store distribution. He's another powerhouse. Jonathan Hedrick, you probably know Jonathan. He's a popular indie writer. He's been, with Black Box Comics, who's a great comic company. You should go check out their books. His own stuff. I came across Jonathan years ago. He did my show, but I backed his horror one shot, and it was very well written, really enjoyable. And I was grateful that Jonathan decided to join the writers contest because he has had success in the industry. So for him to join this, I appreciate. Tragedy is about to put out issue 8, April 15th. 7 is going out April 15th. 8 goes out in May, and 9 goes out in June. Eric Niendeltowski is here. Eric is a phenomenal artist. I don't know if your campaign has ended yet, but he has a campaign. If you want to drop the link, Eric, please go ahead. Eric has a great book that if you love 90s, you are going to love Eric's book because the art is 90s style with good writing. It's if Image had, if the Image guys were writing on the level of, a higher level. It's a really great book. Check it out. Peter, thank you for coming in and being a part of this. Hugo Bravo, thanks for being a part of this. Just giving a chance for everybody to come in. So getting back to the writers, the cover art contest, it really was hard because there were so many great covers. And I looked at composition, I looked at line work, I looked at how close and dedicated you were to my character designs, because I can't draw, but I did design my characters. I designed all of them, and with thousands of references, I give them to the artists like Ricardo Silva and Alex Sarabia, who bring them to life, and I thank you for that. I cannot say enough. I will never support AI art. There's nothing like working with real artists. And seeing what they create and what the human mind comes up with and what all their hours of hard work and skill and labor turn into. So I'm very excited about this because again, the covers it was a hard choice because you had some that the detail was just incredible. And then you had some that maybe the detail wasn't as incredible, but the composition was fantastic. And then artists just asking questions, specific questions constantly to make sure they got the characters right. Hugo Bravo was one of them, constantly asking to the minor details because he really wanted to honor the characters. And I really appreciate that you would take me seriously and my character seriously like that. Tragedy, I'm proud of her design. I think she's a really good looking character. All right, so the campaign is over for Eric, but go to his website, which he's going to drop it in the link to the website here. Go support Eric. Great guy, great family man, fantastic artist and writer, and his book is great. So please go check out Eric Nienaltowski's art, get commissions, get his sketchbooks, and get his comic book. Okay, so I've gone on enough. I just wanted to get enough people in the room. Hopefully people start showing up. I'm going to show the covers, giving credit to all the artists. The artists that don't win, some of you, I am going to be probably still getting those covers because I just couldn't. It was too much. They were so good. I couldn't make everybody a winner, but I mean, my God, they were just phenomenal covers. So some of these covers you're going to see eventually anyway. So we're going to get into the covers. We're going to talk about them. For those who don't win and I don't use your cover, I am sending a complimentary Virgin and trade dress version of the printed book with your cover on it and your credit that you can proudly display if you want, or just show off or use in your portfolio that you're a published, accredited artist. Because, like we have artists in the contest that they've been successful. They've been out there. They've been published. I mean, even Mike Lilly was part of the contest, and he did Nightwing and Quasar and a bunch of other stuff. But we have some artists that haven't had that opportunity, so this might be something good for them to be able to say they were part of this. Hey, Michael Gardner, how are you? Stan, what's up? What up, Queefs? Queef Latifa. Mike Gusinga, happy holidays. Thanks for coming in despite the holiday weekend with your family. All right, I'm rambling. I'm going to start showing the cover art, and then I'm going to just talk about them a little bit, and we'll go from there. All right, nobody needs to see my face. So this is Mike Lilly's. Mike had asked me to hold off. He finished it by the deadline, but he just wanted to tighten up a few things. It was done well enough, obviously finished, so it was considered in time for the deadline. Same with Mike Gerlich, who I'll show his cover. Mike Lilly, phenomenal. Alexi is the were-tiger in the background. He looks so nasty and ferocious. I love it. Tragedy, epic, right up front. pose, dynamic. And then Alexei is a Russian Siberian tiger. So he put the hammer and sickle behind her. Very, very cool composition and dynamic, and line work is just incredible. This will be inked by the awesome Bob Almond, and I'm going to ask Alex Sinclair to color it, who's done colors for a lot of my covers. Because, you know, it's phenomenal. Anyway, so that's Mike. This here is, and forgive me, I hope I pronounced the names correctly. I'll do the best I can, but it's Philippe Sobrera. And he did a nice composition of Alexei fighting tragedy, obviously, and then this immortal mage. His name is Ru Zhao, kind of magically looking in the orb over them. And then in the background is Ji Jiang, who is a telekinetic telepath. So he incorporated all the villains nicely with a nice story there. He's showing, you know, Ru Zhao kind of mastering everything from the background and scenes. Line work was great. Action scene, dynamic. I really miss comic covers that kind of had a dynamics, action, showed you something, not just, you know, pinups. I love pinups, but I think we've gone so far heavy with just pinups that we've gotten away from storytelling on the covers, you know. I think 8 on this one. I could be wrong. I don't know what that means. All right. And here is Kevin Stewart. This is a phenomenal cover. I love the composition is fantastic. If you look in the shards of glass, it's the reflection of Ru Zhao and Ji Jiang. Of course, you've got Alexei coming through the window there, and then you've got all the beat up ninjas. They're called the Dominion of Eternal Sorrow, and tragedy wiped the floor with them. The inking, the shadowing of the window frame, the glass, beautifully composed. Oh yeah. We're on issue 7 is going April 15th, issue 8 in May, issue 9 in June. This is just a beautiful piece. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin has 2 covers that were in stores, are in stores, issue 3 and 5. But anyway, Kevin has been a regular work. Kevin started through a cover contest with me, and now he gets regular work from me. So that's what I'll tell you. I don't waste anyone's time. I promise you that. If you don't win, that doesn't mean you're not going to have a cover or work with me and get published still. I believe in supporting artists. I believe in supporting dreams, and I believe in nurturing talent and spotlighting it, because there are too many people in the indie community that are talented that are getting buried. Because, you know, we're small fish in a large pond, and they deserve every bit of attention. And when you look at all the covers so far that I've shown, they're very talented people. All right. So, and I implore you, if you're a publisher, to watch this, because you may catch some cover artists that you say, oh my God, yeah, I want to hire this guy, you know, or this girl, or this woman. You know, you gotta really check this out. All right. This is Ernest Owen Dickerson, and you know, again, kind of used some really nice detail here, and tragedy breaking through the window, surprising Alexei. So it's dynamic. There's action. There's energy. Tight line work, and you know, she's in the attack mode. So I like that. A tragedy is a feisty Irish girl. She doesn't win every fight, but she's in every fight, and that's the point of the character. George Medina is here. Did I win? You didn't join the writers contest because you thought you were too good. You said it would be too unfair and you'd beat everybody. So George Medina is also a publisher and writer. You should check out his books. George, drop your website link if you'd like. Everybody who's here, artist, writer, feel free in the chat to drop your links to whatever you have going on or your websites. Promote yourself. Please absolutely promote yourself. You're not spamming. You're not being rude. This is for the community. Drop your links in here so people know where to find you and where to get your art. Okay? Anything you want to promote yourself. This was Michael Gerlich. He didn't finish on the full piece. It's still got some tightening up to do, but I felt it was completed enough to accept for the deadline. Because, you know, he got caught with some shows and things like that. a really nice line detail work with the Chinese dragons here and the Chinese lanterns, and she's doing a ballet move. So really like the composition, some nice tight lines. When this is tightened up, I love to see it. Fantastic. Frankie B. Washington, thanks for coming in here. And go check out his Kickstarter. Myron has his Instagram up for Cycle Fire Productions. Check him out. We showed that one. This, I don't know why it pixelated like this. I apologize. That's not what the image is. The image is clean, but this is Kenny Calderon. Kenny, I've known for years, but he joined up my first cover contest, and he's been getting regular work for me ever since. He even did my tragedy manga issue, and he will be doing future issues of that when I get back to it. And he's had several covers published and distributed on store shelves as well. So this is a really nice one. Obviously, nice composition. She's looking determined and fierce, and in the reflection of the swords, kind of an homage to or reminiscent of Hulk 340 by Todd McFarlane. But very cool. Love the reflection. I love when people do stuff like that. Kenny, phenomenal artist. Go check him out. This is Marius Lane. I don't know if I pronounce his name right. Rionico. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm sorry. Digitally painted. Beautiful piece. Really nice work. She's kind of got like a ballet kind of very graceful pose here as she's striking, which is really cool. Zhejiang with his glowing hands to represent his power set. And of course, we have the big, fierce Alexei. Really nice colors on this. Beautiful job. I love the realistic tone to Zhejiang's face and the poetic pose of tragedy. So really nice composition, beautifully rendered piece. And speaking of the legend, the beast himself, Mike Mez Phillips, this is Alexei in his human form, and the claw marks, great touch. Mike is also, he joined my first cover contest, and he has 2 covers that are going to be published in distribution soon that were from Kickstarters, because Mike draws tragedy like nobody's business. He even got a tragedy commission request through Clan McDonald, who, if you don't know Clan McDonald, great people. You can get art commissions through them, signings through them, books through them. Check them out. And Mike is just always on the ball, man. And he did everything, colors, inks, everything. And I like that he used Alexei in his human form to change things up. So this is a beautiful piece. And you see she's got claw marks. She's been through the ringer here, wear and tear. You know, she's been in a fight. Beautiful piece. Love it. I hope I pronounced this right. Mike Gusinga, who's joining us right now. He's in the Philippines and he's on family vacation over the holidays. So thank you for this. Beautiful line work. As you can see, you know, he's incorporated the 3 panels in the back, tragedy in the forefront. Mask looks beautiful. Really tight line work. Great inking and shading. And he's got Ru Zhao, Alexei, and the Dominion of Eternal Sorrow ninja in the corner. Really beautiful work. And then he superimposed the logo and trade dress. Fantastic. Very, very, very tight cover. This, to me, I love this cover. And Ray is an awesome dude. Ray Acevedo also has been a part of all my cover contests from the very start. And he also will, a cover that he submitted in the cover contest is going to be a published cover and distribution. But he also joined this contest. And this just has Joe Mad vibes. I know it's an homage to the, I don't know, is it Lionel or Lionel? Sorry, Lionel Francis Yu cover of Ultimate Wolverine versus Hulk. I just love Alexei. The size is correct, and he's ferocious looking and imposing over her. I love this cover. I absolutely love this cover. And I like the yellow background because it's kind of I mean, it matches like the yellow tones on her outfit, but it also just it it puts the focus on the two characters, and at the same time that yellow is bright, it brings your eye over to the cover. So Ray, fantastic work to Ray Acevedo. Go check him out. As a matter of fact, Ray had a campaign not too long ago for his sketchbook, which I purchased, and he did a sketch for me. Ray's a great dude. Ray is great to work with. They all are. Kenny, Mike, all of them. But Ray, he was really understanding about something that I had to deal with the cover that he did. And he was just a pro and a champ. And he's really one of the good ones. So go check out Ray Acevedo. I hope I pronounced that right. This cover, I love this cover. Great composition. And it's by Anibal, I think I pronounced that right, El Arroyo. And I like how Alexi's imposing in the background over the cityscape, the metaphor of it. And then you got Ru Zhao, kind of looking mysterious and mystical. And then Xi Jiang. And then, of course, you got tragedy with the mask, looking down on the fact that she's got to put this mask on. Nice composition. Got a lot packed in there without it being too busy, and too much for the eye. So great work on this one. Anibal, go check him out. Luis Vives, the pencil work, we accepted pencils, inked and/or fully colored. It didn't matter. It doesn't determine the winner. It's the composition, the line work, dedication to the being as close to the character design as possible. Great work, nice tight line work. She's in action pose. I love it. Kicking Alexei in the face. You've got Ru Zhao kind of mysteriously in the background, kind of haunting, and then of course the reference to China. For those of you who don't know, tragedy would be like if you took Kill Bill, Boondock Saints, Big Trouble in Little China, and John Wick, threw it in a blender and added some of my stuff. That's what you'd get. I'm a big Trouble in Little China fan, and there are kind of like little references and ties to it. Mike La Peruta. Mike always has like a comical edge to his art, and he did a cover for me for one of my Kickstarters that was really cool. You just see the hands of heroes, and you can kind of tell who the heroes are just by the gloves: Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, and they're all handing tragedy flowers. It was pretty cool, actually. I love that cover. Here again, he's kind of going humorous, where you got Xi Jiang, up on his head there, and Alexei's out, knocked out, and then she's a little beat up, but she won. And then you got Ru Zhao looming in the background as an immortal sorcerer, so to speak. So very cool. Hey, Saeed, how are you? And then we have Borgi Borgonia. I hope I pronounced that right. Digital work. He has so much going on in this, but it works. You've got Ru Zhao in the background, tragedy up front, mask cracked. You haven't at it. You see on the right side Alexei coming at her, and all those Chinese foot soldiers basically charging at her from behind. Action, story, dynamics, composition. So really cool, really nice. A lot going on without being too busy and too convoluted. And Borgi did some illustrations for my fantasy novel, which you'll be seeing soon enough. Really great guy, very communicative. And he delivers. So you should hire all these people. Lee Reese, I was really impressed with the camera angle. It's a very difficult angle to be falling like that with the buildings. Some people, they concave the buildings, and it's hard to really get that angle. Lee really nailed it. The texturing of the fur on Alexei. She obviously tragedy looks fantastic, and Xi Jiang coming up from behind her. Really cool cover, nice dynamics. It'll look this would look really nice colored. I wonder if I would do a day or night scene. Night might be cool to bring out the lights in the buildings, but you want to put the focus on the characters, so who knows. Tessa Rose, go check her out. She's really great to work with, wonderful human being. Colors on this are really nice. And as you can see, she incorporates Alexei, Ru Zhao, and Xi Jiang on the left side, and Tragedy's front and center holding her mask, coming at the reader. Highly recommend you work with Tessa. She's a wonderful human being and talented artist. And I think she just did a kid's book recently. I forgot the name of the book, but go check out Tessa, please, and work with her because she's worth it. And then we have Ben Hansen. Ben Hansen, the fur texture, the texturing on this is fantastic. She's looking fierce, coming at him, battle scene. And if you look closely, that is the mask, the Tragedy mask, shattered and splintered, flying all over the place, which I think is awesome. And Ru Zhao, I'm assuming it's Ru Zhao because of the headband there, is in the background, like kind of, mystically. Really cool cover, great concept, great composition. I love how the mask is shattered and going out there. Just little things like that add so much. And obviously it's a little thing as far as what we notice, but there's a lot of work put into that. So fantastic work on his part. Darren Versace, again, I like when the hero is not always winning, like Empire Strikes Back. That's how you root for people, because they don't always win. And he's got Alexei, he's got Tragedy down, but not out. And Ru Zhao in the background, kind of orchestrating everything, hovering there. Great concepts. Again, energy. There's an action scene. It's more than just a pinup. It's a cover. So very cool. That's Darren Versace. Hugo Bravo. Hugo was constantly asking me questions, which I loved and appreciated because he wanted to be dedicated to getting the characters correct. And wonderful realism, as you can see in realistic art, portrait art, really tight lines, wonderful rendering of the stone, and a tight detail on the characters. Her military boots, which some people miss the fact that she has these big military boots sometimes. When I designed Tragedy, I kind of went for a little Japanese, a little Chinese, and American military, and mixed it all together. And Hugo, as you can see, just did a beautiful, beautiful job. Incorporated all the characters, very powerful. Alexei looking fierce, and just really tight line work and detail. So beautiful, beautiful cover. And that's it for this first set. So hang on, I got more. Okay, sorry, where we go? There we go. I'm just gonna pull up the other set. There's, I think, 5 more. Where to go? Oh, that's why. Sorry, bear with me. So again, I encourage you watching this, reach out to these artists, work with them, see if they're available. They're affordable. They're great people to work with. They take edits, not that I gave edits because it's a contest I couldn't, but I know that they will take edits because they're just no egos. They're just hardworking, talented artists that love the craft and keep honing it and getting better and better, and hire these people. I'm telling you. Okay, add to stage. Let's get this back. This is Eric Kilius. Eric did some sketch cards for me. So did Tessa. Eric, and so did Myron. Eric did a wonderful job. Again, you've got Tragedy. You've got Ru Zhao in the background. Great line work on Ru Zhao, kind of orchestrating things in the background. In the reflection of the swords, you have Zhejiang and Alexei as Tragedy's ready to fight them. But I love how even the swords, like he got the edge, the bladed edge nicely like that. Just little details, the shining on it. Great line work, very tight, excellent composition. And I really like this cover as well. I don't know if it's Neil George or Neil Jorge. I apologize. But Neil, great rendering and texturing on the fur and on the beards. And he's got all the Dominion of Eternal Sorrow ninjas beat up and beat, taken down. Again, nice composition. He's incorporated all the characters, solid line work. I think Neil is an underrated, underappreciated artist. and you should really check him out because his prices are really amazingly affordable. Um, and I know he's hungry to work and he loves to draw. So go support him and go check out what he's doing, and get a cover, get a commission. He drew Tragedy and She back to back, which is cool. And he did a tragedy piece that I have that is really nice that he colored. But great job on this and showing the powers. I like when they show powers, and show diamonds. And in the background, you have the Chinese background, the bonsai tree, the sun there. So beautiful work, really nice cover. I look forward to seeing this inked at some point and colored. So great job to Neil. Thank you. Go support him. Todd Rayner. If you don't know, Todd has a pre-sign up. No, I think he's live. He has a campaign right now. I don't know if Todd's with us, but he has a campaign. Go check out Todd Rayner. He has a campaign. Kind of Batman-esque, really cool. The buildings kind of eclipsing the top there. She's on the gargoyle. Very gothic, urban, street level fighting. So really cool. Love the shine on the sword. Dynamic pose. Great composition. The worm's eye view looking up. Really cool. I love it. And then the moon, the center of the piece. Great job to Todd. I love it. Go check out Todd's campaign. Who else we got here? Guido, what's going on? Great entry so far. Can't stay for the whole stream, but congratulations to everyone who entered. Guido, I'll tell them about your night issue 7 shortly. Alejandro Rojas joined the writers contest. What's going on? Jin Kung, what's going on? Jin Kung has his first book coming out. The campaign's going to start soon. Go sign up on the pre-sign up. Jin, drop your link. Okay, I got everybody. Okay. Next, we have the awesome Myron Lausen, I think is how you pronounce the last name. I apologize if I pronounce it wrong. Again, great energy, very dynamic. You've got Alexei ferociously going after her. They're falling off a building. You've got Ru Zhao in the background, ominously. Very, very dynamic, action-packed, and Alexei looking ferocious like he should. Alexei is a really large character. He's like a saber-toothed Hulk kind of hybrid. He's very powerful and strong. And to be honest with you, Tragedy can't handle him. In the books, she can't. I like having heroes that Tragedy can't beat. It always drives me nuts when a hero is getting their ass kicked by a villain and then all of a sudden they could beat them. Like the Spider-Man movie with all the Spider-Mans in it. It was great when the Green Goblin in the middle kicks everybody's ass, gets Aunt May. But then in the end, Peter just gets angry and he beats him pretty easily. I hate that. I hate that. Because bad guys need to stay formidable, and he's too much for her. He's too big. He's too strong. She needs help. This is Angel Manuel Lopez. I've had questions of, is it AI? No, it is not. One, I know Angel, and he shows me his processes. He does create a 3D image, and then he renders it and draws on it digitally. Angel is a top-notch individual, good guy, father, husband, artist. He does not use AI, but he does digitally render his 3D models that he creates to create that realism. And as you can see, the texture on Alexei is, incredible. And her mask, the detail, it's incredible. And again, he's imposing, blood on his hands, blood on his mouth. Angel has done quite a few covers. He's done some for me. And if anybody questions, I'm telling you, every cover, I don't care what the cover is, even if it's obvious it's not AI, every cover gets run through 2 AI detectors to make sure nobody's touching up with AI or cheating with AI in any way. And none of these are AI. 3D sculpted, then imported into Photoshop for digital painting. There you go. And like I said, Angel shows his process. You can always go look and see. I know, believe me, I'm not a fan of AI. I will never support it. And I would not have had Angel or anybody else in this contest if it was AI on any level. So great work to Angel. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. And then we have our last one by John Eppel. I hope I pronounced his last name right. Again, really cool. She's jumping down predatorily, from a high elevation. Really dynamic pose. I love how he's got the hair twisting with the blade, sword and claws out, ready to go. Nice line work and detail on her costume, and I love that. It's kind of got a 90s flair to it. I enjoy that, and I love that. So those are the covers, okay? And we had a lot of entries. We had a couple of people that had to back out for personal reasons. We had two people, John Davies and Jason Perot, that sent me roughs, and then I never heard from them again. So I hope everything's okay with them. I hope all is good with them. But I do appreciate that they were interested and looking to join. So go check out their work, John Davies and Jason Perot, Parrott, and see if you want to hire them. So those are the covers. Should I keep you in suspense and go over to the writers and announce the writers, or should I winners, or should I stay with the writer? What should I do? Should I be a ball buster, or tell you guys? Anyway, all right. We're going to we'll do the cover artist winners. Now, originally the cover artist was $200 for the winner, and then free published cover for the second winner, and then the third place person would just be fan art in the book. I changed all of that up because I didn't think it was fair. To be honest with you, I know $200 isn't a lot, but I'm on a small budget and I'm running a distribution worldwide company, so I'm doing the best I can. But the winner is going to get the $200, the published cover, 10 comps. Second place is going to get $100, published cover, 5 comps. And the third place winner is going to get $100, published cover, and 5 comps. And everyone who's participating in the contest is going to be fan art in the issue and credited. And everyone is going to get a trade dress and a virgin copy, physical copy of their cover on the book. So they have a physical copy of it to show off, be proud of, do whatever you wish with it. Having said that, I'm going to announce the top 3. But man, there was like 8 or 9 that I just, it was hard. There are so many people here that deserve to win. I'm not saying this to cushion egos, because none of these people have egos. I'm not saying this because I want to make people feel better. This is a business as well as anything else, and I got to pick the covers that I think will sell the most. And there is some subjectiveness to it. It's what really appeals to me. So I want this to be clear. There are people that are not going to be announced winners here today that are still going to get work through me, period, because they're too talented not to work with them. So that's a promise. That's guaranteed. And the same goes for the writers. All right. Drum roll, please. The third place winner. Hang on. And just to be clear, like I said, this could have easily been 3 other people, but those people their covers are still going to be used. I'm still going to pay them and use those covers at some point because they deserve the win too. And I will reach out to you individually, privately, to the people that be getting the covers. All right. Third place. I'm looking for it. Sorry. Okay. Here is our third place winner. Mike Gusinga. I really liked the way he rendered tragedy here and the line work, the mask. She's very fierce, very strong, not sexualized. I don't like my character sexualized. I love sex like anybody else. I think women are beautiful. I enjoy it, but I don't want my hero's strength to be in her body like that. I want it to be in the character. So it's important to me. This was tight line work. I liked the rendering with the inks, and I was really impressed. And he incorporated so much in it. And I like that he used the Dominion of Eternal Sorrow ninja in there. So this is the third place winner. Congratulations, Mike. And thank you very much for a wonderful contribution. Let me remove this to find Here is the second place winner. The second place winner goes to, make sure I get the name right, Marius Lane Rionico. I really loved the digitally painted look and the realistic look to Ji Jiang's face, and I I liked the graceful attack of tragedy in this. I won't lie, it would have been great if Alexei was in a more aggressive stance, but this was just a beautifully done cover, and I really liked that he captured her gracefulness and attack, and the colors on it are the digitally painted are fantastic. So this is the second runner-up. So congratulations to Marius. And here is the toughest part of it is picking the number one winner, right? And I'm very, very serious when I say this. I swear to you, Ray could be number one. Kevin Stewart could be number one. These two people that just won could be number one. You know, Kenny Calderon could be number one. Eric Kilius. They all could be number ones. They're all wonderful, wonderful, wonderful covers. For a second there, I thought you were calling me honey. I'm glad you're calling Jessica honey. I was getting nervous. But I honestly had to go with co-winners because I just couldn't decide on these two, and they're both just phenomenally rendered, tight pencils, great detail, and great representations of my characters. So I had to do co-winners. I couldn't. I tried. I talked to other people, and I just could not. I couldn't find myself to pick a winner. And I'm going to be very clear and honest about something in a minute when I tell you who the winners are. So these are the winners. Mike Lilly is the first place winner, co-winner. There is another one. And I want this to be clear. Mike Lilly is a Marvel DC artist. He didn't win because of that. He didn't win because he's a friend of mine or any of that. I don't do the politics game. He won because the cover is just freaking phenomenal. Alexei, like, his face is so scary. I love it. And the hammer and sickle, and then her pose, the line work is detailed. I had to go with Mike on that, regardless of what his resume is. I had to. Having said that, there is one other there's one other cover that I had to make it the win, and it's probably not going to be a surprise to people, but it's the Hugo Bravo cover. The line work is just incredibly insane on this. The level of detail, I love the portrait realism of the characters and the composition. He gets the full body of the three of them. Alexei looks ferocious and nasty, and then you've got the busts on the side, the brick in the back, the stone, I should say, just phenomenally rendered. And I'm a real stickler for tragedy, right? And a lot of times people don't get her boots right, or they don't get the stitching on her upper body. You know, this is my baby, so I take it seriously. And Hugo nailed it. He nailed every detail on her. And I'm grateful for that. And I love the realism of it. So I'm grateful to Hugo. And again, I'm not saying this to soothe any egos. So many of you deserve a win here. And I'm sorry that I tried to stretch it out to pick as many winners as I could, because this was really tough contest. I have like really major professional people in here. Fantastic. And I'm not going to lie, there were some people that deserve to win that I already knew that they're going to work. Their covers are still going to be used. I'm still going to pay for their covers. I'm still going to work with them. And they know who they are because they already get work through me. So, but I don't want this to. It's hard for me because I honestly loved all the covers and I loved the work everybody put into it, and I enjoyed them on so many levels. And um, I was just I was very appreciative of the level of intensity and effort that was put into every cover by everyone. I mean, whether it was John Epple or Myron Lausen or Angel, or Anibal, Luis Vivas, Mike Borgi, Lee Reese, Tessa, Felipe Sobrera, Kevin Stewart, Mike Gerlich, Kenny Calderon. Mike Mez Phillips is a beast. Like I said, he easily could win this. Ben Hansen, Darren Versace, Eric Kilius, Neil George or Jorge Todd Rayner, just phenomenal talents. Hire them, work with them, talk to them. I really encourage that you work with all of them because they're fantastic people, talented artists, and very professional, and they will meet deadlines. And just remember, everybody is going to get a trade and virgin copy of their book with their cover on it. And sometimes I offer, if you want to pay for the printing and you want to print like 5 or so that you can have for family, or if you want to sell a couple, I will do that to support. I'm all about supporting. I don't want anybody ever feeling like they waste their time with me, ever. So congratulations to the co-first place winners, Mike Lilly and Hugo Bravo. Second place winner, Lane Rianico. And third place winner, Mike Gusinga. But you will be seeing a lot of those other covers at some point. Abso-freaking-lutely. And everybody's going to be in the book as poster art as well. So we're going to get you out there. We're going to promote you, and I'm very grateful to you all. Thank you. Now there's the writers contest. Again, it was difficult. Every single script that came in was an interesting story, professionally written, and a pleasure to read. Great different takes. People got creative. People got thought outside the box, and people just were awesome. They had 3 prompts. The only thing is, if most people pick the same prompt, and I can't use the same story, right? If the top 3 people had the same prompt, I can't use the same 3 stories. So unfortunately, that was a factor in this. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. We have a lot of great writers that were in the contest, and I'm going to name them real fast, and then I'm going to go with third runner-up and go from there, okay? Let me pull up the list because I don't remember everybody's name. God, forgive me. So we have Alejandro Rojas has joined the writers contest, and he did a great job. His wife as well joined. Borgi Borgonia, who did a beautiful cover here, also joined the contest. Again, great job. Bobby Nash, very professional, great writer, award-winning. Again, fantastic. Dante Arix, who it's his birthday today. Wish him a happy birthday. Really talented writer, mostly prose, but he's getting into comic writing. Eric Niedoltowski, phenomenal artist and writer, did a really cool sci-fi horror story. I want to give a shout out. I hope I pronounce this right. James Joachim or James Joachim. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Fortunately, he had a health issue and he couldn't turn in the script in time. I look forward to reading that script if he wants to submit it anyway. But thank you to the time and dedication you put into this. Jonathan Hedrick was part of this, as I mentioned before. Very established, talented writer. Kevin Davis who has his own magazines out. He's got some comics out. He's putting more out. He's in a distribution. Awesome dude. Has his live podcast, his live stream. If you want to talk to him about getting on it and talking books, he did a great job. His script, and he went through like more of the detective's point of view. Fantastic. Nander Fox Schaefer, again, fantastic job. Peter Breu, Piper Williams, unfortunately, he couldn't submit, but Drawing Aces, unfortunately, they didn't submit. I just want to give shout outs to people. Jason Snyder, Jeremy Lott, Rafael Tavares Jr., Randy Bishop, Sean Shanito Kelly, who did a Native American, a story with Native Americans, which was really interesting. Really liked it. Sean Taylor, Specs Thompson, Stan Konopka. By the way, if you're in the Jersey area and you need your house power washed or cleaned, he has his own business. I highly recommend you hire him. Stan's a great guy. He's reliable, affordable, and he'll get the job done. So talk to him. Stanton Fink had to back out, but he's another talented writer who's doing a lot of creative stuff with his own cookbooks and things like that. So very cool. So thank you to everybody that had joined. And Stan's also got his own series of books that he's written. So go check out Stan. You can have him come power wash your house and sell you the books at the same time. Perfect. Give him a beer or a soda or whatever he wants. Sit in the yard, read comics together after he power washes your deck, your house, your stoop. Anyway. All right. So I ran into that problem with the prompts because there's 2 prompts. There's 3 prompts to choose from. And as you saw, there was like 20-something writers. So 3 writers, 5 writers could have been phenomenal, but I have to pick the best one out of that prompt, right? All right. So the 3rd place winner in the writers contest is Rafael Tavares Jr. The reason why I picked his script is I'm big on twists that you don't see coming. That's how I write a lot of my stories. I really like that. So this is a subjective thing. And Rafael had 2 twists in it. Now, I know what the one twist is supposed to be because I gave the prompt. He surprised me with a 2nd twist. And I loved that. So Rafael Tavares Jr. is getting 3rd place winner as writer. Congratulations to Rafael. If he's not here, he might be doing his Bitten Apple or Written Writ at a convention or something of that nature. Okay. The 2nd runner-up did a second, a different prompt. And I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed how it flowed. It's very hard to take a prompt, turn it into this world of character, building characters, getting you invested in character, and pacing and getting the story to go in just 24 pages. It was challenging. And everybody rose to the occasion. Everyone. But this one, the pacing was great. The characterization was great. It was well written. It was just, I don't know, it just resonated with me. The 2nd place winner is Jonathan Hedrick. So Jonathan is the 2nd place winner. Jonathan is a well-established indie writer. He works for Black Box Comics and does his own stuff. And I'm not sure if he did Source Point Press or Scout, but he's been out there. He's been around. So go check out Jonathan Hedrick. So we've got 3rd place Rafael Tavares Jr. and we've got 2nd place Jonathan Hedrick. And now we've got our 1st place winner. And this is where it was really hard. And again, I had to figure this out because the 1st place winner did the same prompt as the 3rd place winner. But they wrote the story very differently. Very differently. So I said, you know what? The 1st place winner and the 3rd place winner, Rafael Tavares Jr., are going to be in a double-sized issue, and we're going to do both stories under the same theme and just let everybody know it's kind of 2 different takes. It's a little different. It's a little weird, but I had to. And the reason is the 1st place winner did a very, very good job of pacing, character development, and moving the story along and everything, but a very creative ending. A very creative ending. Um, very original, not done before, and it was really very creative. So our first place winner, who will get the page rate and get paid for the book. I'm not going to say what the prompts were because I don't want the stories stolen until they're produced, So I got to keep the prompts quiet because they're prompts that are going to be turned into stories. The first place winner, first, Rafael Tavares Jr. is going to get his story published in distribution. Originally, it was just going to be free published. I am going to pay them a fee. It's not going to be a lot, but I'm going to pay him a fee for his story. Jonathan Hedricks was supposed to be not paid, but they're going to get the published story. I'm going to give them a small fee for their script. Jonathan's going to get a small payment as well. I don't like to do things for free. I'm not trying to take advantage of anyone. I'm just on a very tight budget, and I'm giving you 3 winners, and I can't do that. The number 1 winner is going to get a page rate of $30 for the script, and they will get published. So the winner of the first place winner of the writer contest, if I haven't dragged this out enough for you, is Nander Schaefer Fox. Nander, like I said, took a prompt and did a very creative ending that I really enjoyed, I liked, and I think the reader is going to enjoy, and they're going to walk away from that story satisfied. So we're going to do an issue of Jonathan's story, and we're going to do an issue that is a double issue of both Nander and Raphael's stories because they're the same prompt, but well written and different together. And that's it. Having said that, every script was great. Bobby's was great. I mean, he's professional. Stan's was great. Dante's was great. Kevin's was great. Everybody. And I'm going to need, I cannot keep up the pace that I have, and I have a lot of stories I want to write, and I cannot write them all. I've written 75 scripts. I'm writing a fantasy novel. I wrote a prose book. I'm running a worldwide distribution company. I'm about to announce something big that is another extension of my company. I'm running a publishing company. I'm a nurse by day, working 7 days a week. I have 2 small children. I have a home. I have a wife. I have an elderly mother that lives with us. So I have so much on my plate that I'm going to have to start hiring artists to do work. And I want to be clear, every single artist that joined this writers contest is absolutely hireable, and I absolutely will be working with at some point. Why some of them didn't win was not because they weren't well written. Maybe like some were a little more suspense than they were horror, and I'm looking for horror. I wanted more horror. Some were more mystery than horror. I wanted horror. One was really good, but it was more sci-fi horror. It kind of reminded me of a manga more than a horror story. Again, well written, just not, where I was looking to go with this. And again, they got a small prompt and they created a world and characters in 24 pages. So kudos to everyone. Hire every single one of these writers. And then 2 writers did phenomenal jobs, but they were kind of off on the prompts. So I will hire them and work with them. They just, unfortunately, I didn't think it was fair to give a win to people that didn't follow the prompts when the prompts were given. So I unfortunately, that kind of, it's also an easy way for me to take 2 solid writers and narrow it down because it was really hard. Both contests sincerely were really, really hard. Jonathan easily could be number 1. Raphael easily could have been number 1. What put Nander over the top was that ending. It was original. It was creative. It was different. All 3 scripts were written great, though. Bob's was written really nice, really well. All of them. Specs Thompson. Enjoyable reads, and every one of them deserves a shot to write for a publisher. So reach out to them, talk to them. So that is it. We have our cover contest winners going from third place, which is Mike Gasinga. Second place is, and I'm sorry, Marius Lane Rianico. And tied for first place is Hugo Bravo and Mike Lilly. The writers contest, the third place winner is Rafael Tavares Jr. Second place is Jonathan Hedrick. And first place is Nander Schaefer Fox. And by the way, Sean, I loved your story too with the Native Americans. Fantastic stuff. It could have went either way, man. It really could have. It was very tough. It was very tough. And just check out everybody, all the writers, please drop your links, promote yourselves to get hired, or if you have your own books or projects going on, or like, if like Jonathan, I know at the time did Dream Master through Black Box Comics. If you want to promote anything, please promote them in this chat. Promote yourselves. You can flood the chat with all of your promotion. I'm happy to assist with that. I'm busy, so I don't do as much as I used to try to promote small independent people. I'm trying. I try to do it with my distribution, so forgive me. But when I can, I do. I sincerely love the comic community. I sincerely love creating and storytelling, and I appreciate the hunger and the work that everybody puts in. Everybody here is just striving to get their stories out there, or their art and their creations, and they just want to be taken seriously with respect, and they want people to look at them and say, yeah, man, that's good stuff. And they want to be able to do what they love every day. And I share in that struggle. I share in the daily frustrations, the roller coaster of emotions. So I do what I can in my limited position. I'm not Todd McFarlane. I'm not some big name. I do what I can to be part of the solution in the community, not part of the problem. So I just want to say that. And again, congratulations to everyone. And there are no one here is not a winner, because at some point I'm going to be working with all of you. You're fantastic people, fantastic work. And I'm very humbled and grateful that you took my contests as serious as you did. You treated me with the respect as a large publisher, and I do appreciate that. And you'll be rewarded, one way or the other. And I will be giving tons of credit and appreciation. I'm even trying to think of ways for all the writers that submitted to do something for them, because I can't give them a cover, to a book that they're not in. So I'm going to figure something out as some sort of thank you prize, reward, or whatever to them. Anyway, the last thing I want to say is I would ask you humbly to please support 3 things from me, besides all of these people. Right now, live is Guido Martinez's campaign for Night issue 7. Guido has a really solid book that is urban fantasy mixed with fantasy urban with urban superhero action. It's well written, great artwork, action, drama. It's a great comic. But unfortunately, the campaigns are doing less and less as Kickstarter is being absorbed by the large companies that are doing $1 million campaigns, and NSFW and things like. Even NSFW is not doing what it used to do. These, Skybound and Dynamite and all of them, they're coming in and they're taking a lot of the money, which good for them. That's what the fans want. But that means there's less for us little guys. So if you could please go support Night issue 7. It's only got I think $30 or $40 to fund. Please get Guido over the top. He works hard. It's a really good book. It's worth your money. And it's published by me. I would not slap my name on the front if it wasn't solid, if I didn't enjoy it. Please go support Night issue 7. It's on Kickstarter right now. The second thing is, coming out in 2 weeks is Madcaps issue 3 with catch-ups of 1 and 2. Night, by the way, you can get all 7 issues. Madcaps is a D&D fantasy by DM Ray out of Canada. Guido's in Argentina. I published both of these books. Madcaps is fun. It's been doing well in its campaigns, and it's the last of the 3-issue miniseries. So this is the complete story. So please go sign up for it right now because it launches in a little over a week and a half. And support Madcaps. And if you haven't seen DM Ray's on every damn show. And the last thing is very personal to me. My book Papa. Papa is a Silver Age action tale of a 75-year-old Vietnam vet whose family gets caught between the Yakuza and an Italian mafia. And Papa has to save his family. He has to do what he has to do to save his family. It's tribute to my dad, who passed away and didn't get to see the book, unfortunately, though he requested it. And at the same time, though, I've been told it's my best writing. Chuck Dixon said that the dialogue is so human and so real, and that the ending you do not see coming. No one has seen the ending coming. No one. And I'm offering the first issue PDF free if you sign up for the issue 2 campaign. No obligation to pledge. Just sign up and you'll get the PDF for free. And if Chuck Dixon says it's good, I believe him, because that's the guy who broke the Bat's back, wrote The Punisher. His novel became a Jason Statham movie. I mean, the guy can write. I mean, he's a legend in the industry, you know. So please go sign up for Papa 2 and check it out. And just if you want, DM me requesting the PDF for issue 1. I'm happy to send it to you. Everyone says it's well written, it's heartfelt, and the ending is just smacks you in the face like, oh shit. And they love it, and they can't wait to see where it goes from here. It's a 5-issue series. It was supposed to be a self-contained graphic novel, but I was trying to hurry up and get it out for my dad, which didn't happen. So please, if you want to do it just because it means something to me sentimentally, or if you want to do it because you just trust me, it's a really good book, go check out Papa and sign up. Please sign up. So that's about it. Thank you again to all the contestants. I will reach out to you all about the prize earnings and where we're going from here. Just bear with me because next week I'm very likely making a very huge game-changing announcement that some of you know what it is, those close to me. It's big, and I'm going to hopefully be announcing and rolling that out. I've been really busy, and but I'm going to be getting books into production, and I'm going to be getting those covers finished up, if they have to be colored and inked or whatever, and ready to go. For those who didn't win, who I'm going to do the trade and Virgin, just know that I have to pay to have them inked, and I have to pay to have them colored, and that can take time. So just be patient with me. It might be a few months before you see your copies, but I'm asking you to be patient with me. You have my word, though. I will always deliver on what I promise. Even if it takes a little longer than we like, you will always get what's promised. You have my word. I'm saying it right here live in front of everybody on video. The winners will get the prizes owed them and the gifts owed them and everything. And those who have worked with me, like Angel, like Kenny Calderon, like Kevin Stewart, they will tell you, I will always honor my word. Always. Okay? So thanks for everybody who participated. Thanks for who came out. Congratulations to the winners. And congratulations to the people who I didn't announce as winners today, because you're still going to be getting work. All right? I appreciate every single one of you. Please support every one of these creators. Every one of them. Because they all bring something to the table. Art styles that are so diverse. Perspectives. Storytelling, creativity. All of them are professional. All of them are good people. All of them are easy to work with. And at this point, those are the qualities you need. Do they meet the deadline? Are they easy to work with? And can they deliver the job? They all can. So that's it. I hope you all have a happy Easter, an awesome weekend. Congratulations to everybody. Thanks for coming out and being a part of this. I appreciate the respect and the time taken to be a part of this. I really do. All right. This week, man, I'm hoping to announce something really freaking huge. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I'm stoked. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I'm also a big Captain Kirk fan. And like he said in Wrath of Khan, I don't believe in a no-win scenario. and I don't like to lose. Having said that, I'm going to leave you with what I always leave you with. Be legendary and have fun storming the castle.